buttercup, you're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so let's get right into it. We're going deep on a result that nobody saw coming, right? Ipswich Town 2, Chelsea 0.
Yeah, definitely not on my bingo card.
We've got the match report and some post-game reactions. So, how did this even happen? Ipswich pulling off a win like this, what's it mean for both these teams?
Yeah. It's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? I mean, you've got Ipswich down there battling relegation, and they take down Chelsea, a club that, they want top 4 at least, right?
Absolutely top 4 minimum.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. This wasn't even, one of those gritty 1-0 wins.
A clean sheet victory.
Exactly. Clean sheet, 2 goals. This is big.
And to make things even crazier, this is Ipswich's first win over Chelsea since, get this, 1993.
Wow. That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's only their 3rd win of the whole season.
It really puts Chelsea's season into perspective too, right?
Right.
If they'd won this, they'd be right up there, chasing Liverpool, closing that gap.
Yeah.
But instead they're, 10 points behind now?
10 points behind, dropped to 4th, and it's 2 losses in a row now.
Oof, that's rough. Holiday hangover, maybe?
Maybe. All right, let's rewind a bit. How did this all go down? Well, Ipswich comes out swinging, penalty in the 12th minute. Liam Delap slots it home.
His 7th of the season, too.
Yeah, the kid knows where the goal is, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And that early goal, that was huge for Ipswich, Gave them something to hold on to, let them sit back a bit, soak up that Chelsea pressure.
That's their game, right? They've been struggling to do that all season.
Exactly. So making Chelsea chase the game, that played right into Ipswich's hands.
And then, boom, just after halftime, Delap sets up Omari Hutchinson for the 2nd goal. What a beauty.
Dagger. Right through the heart. And this second goal, it just shows what we've been seeing with Chelsea lately,
What's that?
They're relying too much on those individual moments of brilliance, not enough team play.
Yeah, the report even said they lacked in the final third. That's worrying, right? Deeper issues there, maybe.
Could be. Something's not clicking. Although they did almost get one back, didn't they, João Felix?
Yeah, that should.
But VAR said no. Offside.
Do you think that disallowed goal, even though it didn't count, could have changed things?
Oh, definitely. Psychologically, Could have given Chelsea that little boost, that belief that a comeback was on. Instead, it's just another punch in the gut.
So let's hear from the players. Liam Delap was, well, let's just say he was pretty happy. He said, "We've worked so hard this season, and it's not gone right. The performances have deserved a win, and today we showed we are excellent, and we defended well, attacked them well, we're buzzing. We just need to push on now and get more victories."
You can hear the relief in his voice, like a weight's been lifted.
Right. And for Delap, man, that's got to be a huge confidence boost. He's been one of the few bright spots for them.
For sure. Now, on the Chelsea side, Mark Cucurella, well, he wasn't quite as thrilled. He said, "We created a lot of chances. We conceded 2 easy goals, and then we had to play a different game. We have to continue. We've played a lot of games and can take some positive things. We need to play always in the same style and take our time, but we rushed and made mistakes."
Trying to stay positive, but you can hear the frustration there. And he's right. Those easy goals, that's a problem.
Big problem. Can't be giving those away if you want to be challenging for the title.
And, the match report kind of echoed that, saying Chelsea became reliant on individual efforts as the game went on. Has the festive period caught up with Maresca's men?
I mean, it is a crazy time of year, fixture after fixture.
Brutal.
But I think there's more to it than just tired legs. Something's not quite right with how they're playing. The passing's off. They're not breaking teams down like they were earlier in the season.
So is this a blip, or is this a sign of something more serious for Chelsea?
That's the question, isn't it? We got to look deeper, beyond just the scoreline. What exactly led to those Ipswich goals? Was it bad marking, miscommunication, individual errors?
Let's break it down. Look at those key moments. See if we can spot any patterns.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Ipswich either. Is this a one-off? Or is this the start of something special? They're right back in the mix now, just 1 point from safety.
This match, it's like it's turned the whole Premier League upside down.
Yeah.
Ipswich doing better than anyone thought. Chelsea, maybe, in a bit of a crisis.
It makes you realize you can never predict what's going to happen in this league. We focus on the big names, but any team can cause an upset on any given day. It's amazing, isn't it? The mental side of this game. You got to think, for Ipswich, this win, this could be massive, right? like a total turning point. Gives the players confidence, the manager, the fans, everyone.
Yeah.
They've had a rough go of it this season.
Yeah, they have.
But this shows them, hey, we can hang with the big boys.
So is this it then? Is this what they needed to kickstart their season? I mean, 2 wins out of the last 4, that's a big change. Before that, it was, well, not pretty.
Right. So what is it? Something tangible or just, heads right now?
Yeah.
Well, a couple of their key guys came back from injury recently. That's definitely helped.
Makes a difference.
And tactically, I think they've figured some things out, playing to their strengths, more discipline at the back, more clinical up front.
But can they keep it going?
Yeah.
I mean, next up, they've got Fulham.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Another team down there fighting to stay up.
Yep. And Fulham, they're well organized. They're going to be fired up after their last loss. This is where we see what Ipswich is made of, right?
Mental toughness, Todd.
Exactly. Can they bring that same intensity, focus, week in, week out? Big question.
And speaking of big questions, let's talk about Chelsea. 2 losses in a row.
Not ideal.
Not at all, especially for a team that wants to be, top of the table. How much damage has this done mentally?
It's hard to say, really.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't panic just yet. Chelsea, they've been here before. They know how to bounce back. They've got Maresca, one of the best managers in the world, and a squad full of talent. I bet they use this as fuel,
Okay.
motivation.
But is this just a blip? Or is it, a sign of something worse? What if it's more than just holiday fatigue? What if it's the tactics, the team chemistry?
That's always a possibility. And it's something Maresca's got to figure out.
Yeah.
Is the passing as sharp? Are they creating enough good chances? Are they vulnerable on the counter? Lots to think about.
Well, the match report said they, and I quote, lacked in the final third and became reliant on individual efforts as the game went on. That doesn't sound like the Chelsea we saw at the beginning of the season, does it?
Not at all. Back then, they were dominating possession, creating chances for fun.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're predictable. The ball's not moving fast enough. They're not using the space. Too much relying on, one guy to do something magical instead of playing as a team.
So what's the fix? Different lineup. Change the tactics. Hit the transfer market in January.
Probably a bit of everything. Maresca, he's a smart guy. I'm sure he's working on it. But he needs to fix the root of the problem, right? Not just put a Band-Aid on it. Chelsea, they need to rediscover their identity. What made them so good in the first place?
This result, it's thrown the whole title race wide open.
Yeah.
We all thought Chelsea, top 4, no problem. Now, not so sure.
That's what's so great about the Premier League. You never know what's going to happen next.
And speaking of surprises, can we just talk about the fact that Ipswich hadn't beaten Chelsea in over 30 years?
Crazy, right?
It just shows you how dominant Chelsea have been.
For sure. But it also shows you, things change. Teams rise and fall. Even the biggest clubs, they can be brought down.
Yeah.
It's a reminder anything is possible.
And for Ipswich, this could be the start of a great escape.
It could.
Or, maybe it's just a nice story they can tell their grandkids one day. Only time will tell.
One thing's for sure, this match, it's going to be talked about for a while. One of the biggest upsets of the season.
Absolutely. Lots of debate, lots of intrigue. Can Ipswich keep it up? Will Chelsea bounce back?
We'll see.
We will. But before we go, let's talk about some of the individual performances. I mean, Liam Delap, what a game.
Oh, man, he was unbelievable.
A goal, an assist.
Man of the match, no doubt. His movement, his finishing, everything. Top class.
He's been their star this season.
Absolutely.
Now for Chelsea, anyone stand out for you?
Honestly, it's hard to find too many positives. Midfield was all over the place. Attack wasn't creative. Defense, well, shaky. Not what we're used to from them.
No one at all. Come on.
I mean, Enzo Fernandez, he worked hard in midfield, tried to make things happen. But he was on his own a lot, outnumbered. Just one of those days where nothing went right for them.
What about the managers? Any tactical decisions that jumped out at you?
McKenna, for Ipswich, he got it spot on. They were organized, pressed well, created enough chances. As for Maresca, I think he'll be pretty disappointed. They just didn't have that same energy, that flow.
So what's next? Ipswich, they've got Fulham coming up, right?
Right.
And Chelsea, they need to get back on track, find that winning feeling again.
It's going to be interesting to see how both teams react.
Yeah. Will Ipswich's Cinderella's story continue? Will Chelsea stumble again, or will they turn it around? We'll see.
We will.
But one thing's for sure, this match has made the Premier League even more unpredictable. Which, is what we love about it. The twists and turns, the surprise results. You just never know what's going to happen.
And that's the beauty of it, the drama, the tension. Keeps us coming back for more the beautiful game, right?
All right, so we've looked at the match, the tactics, all that. But you know what? I think we need to zoom out a bit. Bigger picture time.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, this match, it was more than just, who won and who lost.
Exactly. It reminds us what makes football so great.
The beauty of it, the unpredictability.
Right. We get so focused on the big clubs, the transfer gossip, all that. But then something like this happens, and it's like, wow, any team can write their own story.
Absolutely. And sometimes those stories, they're the best ones, the ones you don't expect.
Yeah.
They remind us, no matter how big you are, there's always someone ready to knock you down a peg.
In Ipswich, a team fighting to stay in the league, they outplayed Chelsea, one of the most expensive squads out there.
Yeah.
That's inspiring no matter who you support.
It really is. It's about resilience, determination, and it shows, tactics matter.
Yeah, and they got those tactics spot on. So we don't know what's going to happen next, right? But this match, it's changed things.
No doubt. For Ipswich, maybe this is their turning point. Maybe they do pull off the greatest escape. They've shown they can play at this level.
And for Chelsea.
Well, maybe this is the wake-up call they needed.
Yeah.
They got to find that edge again if they want to be champions.
So, title race. It's wide open now.
Right.
And that's what makes it so exciting, right? You just don't know. The upsets, the comebacks, that's what we love.
It's why we watch week after week. You just never know what you're going to get.
So, to everyone listening, don't forget to enjoy the ride. The unexpected moments, the underdog stories, that's what makes it special.
It's what makes this sport so captivating, so beautiful.
It's why we love it.